Okay, when was the first time that you did family history? Or the first time that you can remember?
Probably when I was very young. My father was very interested in family history, and they used to go down to the Family History Center, which that was in the days really the way you did family history. You didn't have computers or anything, and so at a very young age, he used to put out the sheets with everybody on it, and we'd kind of participate. He'd show us some of that stuff, or some of the ancestors, and he'd tell us, oh look, I found this person at the family history library. So he tried to make it exciting and fun for us. But yep, that was probably the first time. I was probably 10 or 11 or 12, something like that.
That's cool. Do you have any experiences with it, or like any heartfelt experiences with family history that you'd like to share?
Well, I can think of one story that's has stuck with me. I'm not sure who told me. It was probably my father. But my great grandfather, maybe it's 3 grades, but he and his wife, so they joined the church over in England, and this was in the 1860s, okay, so a little later than the first saints that came into the church. And he had to go, in order to get enough money, because they were just as poor as can be, in order to get enough money, he had to go work in coal mines to get work. And I think it was in Scotland that he had to go work. And so they got enough money, they came across, he and his wife, they actually got married here in the temple, and I'm not sure which temple, because I don't think the Salt Lake Temple was constructed yet, but one of the temples around. They actually took a steamboat here, and they actually took the train, so it wasn't with the hand carts or anything like that. But when they got here, they were asked by Brigham Young to settle in Sugar House. So they went to Sugar House, and my great grandfather got a job as a dye man. So they would make the clothing, and then he would dye it. He would get the color in it. And the way they used to do that is they'd have these big pots. They'd take all the clothes and they'd dump them in, and you'd take poles and sticks, and you'd push the clothing in, and these pots were boiling hot, because I guess that's how the dye set into the clothes. And one day, they had planks across these big pots, and they'd take these poles. This was like really safe.
Yeah.
They'd take these poles and push all the clothes down and move them around and try to get the dye set in it. And he missed his step, and he actually fell into the dye, boiling hot dye, up to his waist. And because medical treatment wasn't very good back there, he got blood poisoning. He was only late 30s. He died. So my great grandmother grew out, or had 3 kids. She had 2 kids and 1 on the way, and that was my grandfather, and he was later born, but never ever knew his father, because his father had already passed away. So I remember that story because they sacrificed so much to bring our family lineage into the world. And my grandmother, she spent all of her time working, trying to finance the family, and so they sacrificed a lot. So that's the story that I remember of my family.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.